This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here. As it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Green Bay Packers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities. And we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Here's McCarthy. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. The Packers at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing is McCarthy. Now he'll tuck this and run. And that's incomplete. You look at this Bears defense, and they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass, currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Let's go. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Track 60. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Buffalo 18. Tight.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Man open, that's Ray McCloud. And he's going to have the Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. This defense for the Bears, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
It's a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Again, it's Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
Go!
McCarthy operating from the gun. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The end result, 21 yards.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the 1st down.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 34. Now Cook running right. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. You look at this Bears defense. They've had their trouble stopping the run, Charles. Currently 29th in the NFL in that department.
One thing you do know, they'll be fired up because they're facing a top 5 rushing attack. And even if they have early success against them, they got to remember they got to sustain it because teams that are top 5, they don't stop running the ball if they don't get things done early.
Cook up the gut. And a loose football. Touchdown, Packers. Well, that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. And they'll accept that penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Now he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Got it. Ready? 19 tight. 19 tight. Here we go. Set. Panther 60. Panther 60. Let's go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. This is Smith with the ground. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 25-yard line.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Let's go. Top 19. 19. Dragon 60. Let's go.
They go play action here on 1st down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they'll go down as a gain of 6. And it'll be 2nd down. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, but sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
7 yards there and a 1st down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Check. Hurt. Here we go.
Another run by Bigsby. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 of the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming.
Ready. 70 Timberwolves.
They'll set up a throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down.
Cowboy 80.
to throw here.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them. But go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
2nd and 6 at the 24-yard line.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. They run it again with Cook. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
They need 12 here. It's 3rd down. To the air with McCarthy. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3 and out.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here is away. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Bears take over.
Ready?
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Panther 11, Panther 11. Go street.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to go for a big play downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A huge play there for Chicago. 49 yards. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And effective running here. They'll take it down inside the 10. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Panther 60, Panther, alert, alert.
Now a handoff to Bigsby. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Ready? Cowboy 80. Buffalo 18. 18, Pioneer. Ready, right?
Back to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they have the game here followed by the open date on the calendar next weekend. And try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
No, no. Here we go, set. Cowboy 80. Ready.
On 1st and 10, it's Bigsby. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Ready, set.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Go. 19, 18. Go.
They'll look to throw. Open man right side is Rice. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Mustang 19. Let's go now.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score.
Ready, ready. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Warrior 70. 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. Cup 19, Cup 19.
They'll set up to throw. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Panther 60, Panther 60. Panther 11, Panther 11. Dragon 60.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Not only did they drop, it looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Bates' kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Oh, his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They start the drive with Cook. Despite some tough running, he's still rumbled down shy of the 15. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
It's 2nd and 8.
Now McCarthy. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
At the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Cougar 19. 19 Lion. Street. Buffalo 18. Cup 19. Warriors 70. Panther 11.
Working out of the gun is McCarthy. This complete to the tight end, Tucker Kraft. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 45-yard line.
Looking to throw McCarthy. Pressure, and he's taken down. The Bears sack.
It's a 10-yard loss. Brings up 2nd and 20 at the 35-yard line.
Back to throw. McCarthy. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. McCarthy. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Inside the 10. And they will score on a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. But Charles, he was looking for just a short throw, kept it in range for the rare linebacker pick 6.
And give him full credit for his focus. He just kept the quarterback in his sights, and where he was looking to throw, he positioned himself perfectly to be there for the interception. He made the play of the game for his defense right there.
4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And great field position coming up as he gets this just shy of the 45, out of bounds at the 44.
That's a tremendous start to the 3rd quarter. These guys had their foot on the gas the entire first half. They continue to keep the accelerator down.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
2nd and 10.
79 Broncos. Here we go. Set. Set. Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
He'll look to throw. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Go.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears are able to widen their advantage. Extra point attempt to come here. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he's going to touchdown, but he's got the first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage.
And he's got some space here. This defense tries coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Pass the 60, pass the 60. Ready.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Now he'll tuck this and run. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Bigsby. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Out is Jake Bates to try the field goal. From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt. Bates' kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And he returns this to the 22.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, McCarthy. And his throw here is incomplete.
At this point in the game and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Here we go, set. Cougar 19. Panther 11, Panther 11.
Throwing is McCarthy. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. But we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Panther 80. Ready, right?
Here's a give to Bigsby. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Didn't have a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. From the 35, here's 2nd and a yard.
Get it. 70 Lions.
He'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Packers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
Ready?
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, our coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And my goodness, another interception. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber?
A big play there. With now his second touchdown of this third quarter. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Open man is Waddle, complete.
From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 48-yard line.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
79 Bronco.
To the air again, McCarthy. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 34-yard line.
Packers, first down.
Here's McCarthy.
And now here's another interception. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Bears get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
The extra point splits the uprights. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now at Lambeau. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Packers on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. To the air with McCarthy. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Going for it, here's McCarthy. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
Alert!
Here's Bigsby. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. And these two teams, you may remember, they met up at Soldier Field earlier this season with the Bears winning that one. So a victory here in Lambeau would give them a sweep of the season series.
19, hot 70, hot 70. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he wisely will throw that one away. Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Devontae Smith, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Bears are looking to run it to 5-1 on the season as they add to their fourth quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Dragon 60.
Throwing to start the drive. McCarthy. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you've mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before they close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14.
70 Ranger, 70, 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger, 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Hey, check on move. Let's go.
Back to throw. McCarthy. That's to Kraft, the tight end.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Here's 3rd and 6.
Trap 60, Buffalo 18. 19 tight, 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
McCarthy operating from the gun. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
4th down.
Panther 11, 18, Mustang 19. 18, Rattler, 18, Warrior 70. Check go.
Well, indeed go. Here's McCarthy. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. So this offense able to convert on 4th. And now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing again, McCarthy. Setting up the screen for Cook. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. A tall task ahead of them here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Trap 60. Buffalo 18. Check smash.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He'll let this go deep for Waddle. And my goodness, another interception. And the Bears are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense will very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
And he'll be out right at the 45. 40 yards now on the ground.
just 7 carries.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they found a way to be successful with it.
And out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down.
Brings up second and 8.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Ready, go, Rick. Nice.
Bigsby once more.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Here is 3rd and 5.
Back. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Ready.
Back to throw here.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Packers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Brings up second and 9.
Now McCarthy.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Looking to throw McCarthy.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here's another interception.
And the Bears are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
18 Cardinal.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. Well, he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's time to reincarnate.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
60 Eagles. Buffalo 18. 18 Rattler. 18 Dragon 60.
They'll drop the throw. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Bears tried it on fourth down, unable to convert. And that will force a turnover on downs. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Let's go. Panther 60. Panther 60.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10.
7 Pirates.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's caught inside the 30. A huge play there for Chicago. 52 yards.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
70 Rangers. Ready? 60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run over, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty, but when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11.
Trap 60. Trap 60. Dragon 60. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this will be caught. We'll forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago. And you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for